Right, that's beautiful. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching us from. Once again, we are at it, just the way we always say that a little step every day, small steps bring about great results. So, once again, I want to welcome you into this kind of an episode today. We are looking at linear equations. Remember, we started by a definition. We did a definition on what linear equation is, and therefore, I believe that all of us are able to now come up with a linear equation. We formed the linear equations. And therefore, this morning, this afternoon, this evening, wherever you are, I want us to engage on how to solve them now. Once we know how to form them and we know how to uh, the structure of an equation, what we call the basic structure of an equation, which is linear, we said is that whereby all the terms have what we call an exponent. Exponent is simply a power. So these terms that form up what we call the linear equations, they have what we call an exponent, which is 1. So all the terms will have 1 as an exponent. So if you have such kind of an equation, then we are saying it's simply a linear equation. And we said it comprises of unknowns, and therefore it is referred also, it's an algebraic kind of equation. So we look at how to solve by substitution. We have two ways. We solve by one, substitution, and then we also solve linear equation by what we call elimination. So we have two ways. Those two ways that are normally tackled, we substitute and we also eliminate. Now, the most important thing is to know how to define this. Now, to substitute simply means to replace. So you get one unknown in another unknown. You replace one unknown with another one in such a state and case whereby you will realize that now the new equations that will arise will be just in one unknown, and therefore solution will be very direct. Now, we shall just get to engage this and try to see exactly what we mean by that. Now, if we are talking about elimination, to eliminate simply means a removal. To eliminate is an English term, of course, that means just to remove. You are removing one kind of an unknown from that equation. And therefore, let's engage the substitution and see. Let's have this one here. We have an unknown in an equation like this. Let's say we have x added to y gives us, let's say, 12. If you take x added to y, these are what we call uh, um, simultaneous equations. Simultaneous. So we have x plus y will give us 12. Then we have, let's say, 2x plus 3y will give us, let's say, say 8. Let's say that gives us 8. So we want to see, how do you go about this? How do you go about this? These are called simultaneous equations. Simultaneous equations. Simultaneous means comes hand in hand. They are together. We have to solve them together. Simultaneous. They follow each other. They are at par with each other. So if you have this, they are normally double. They come as two equations. So here, for us to apply substitution, it means we substitute. We remove one unknown. So here we shall say we let x, that's the solution. So we are saying x plus y is equals to 12. We let that be equation 1. We say that is equation 1. Then 2x plus 3y, guys, wherever you're watching us from, this one will be equivalent to 8, and we're saying that is equation 2. So we calibrate it that way. We calibrate the 2. we rename them. Let's use that layman's language that we rename them. This is an equation 1 and this one is an equation 2. So what do we do now next? Here, now come and try to maybe write equation 2 in one unknown. For example, we can decide on any, either x or a y. So in this case, we have, let's say maybe from equation 1, from equation 1, where x plus y gives us 12, what do? We are deciding to retain x, write the whole equation in x. So what do we come up with? We shall say x is equivalent to this y is taken to the other side of the equal sign. So is equals to 12. Then this one we have to subtract, because for us to remove y here, because it was added, we have to subtract both sides, right? I hope you're getting it. So here we are saying our x now is 12 minus y. So in equation 2, we now substitute, we now replace. We said substitution is simply replacing. So in equation 2, we now replace what we have gotten as part of equation 1. Wherever x is, we replace with, we substitute with 12 minus y. So this is what we do from equation 2 now. From equation 2, this is now equation 2, that is what we are saying. Where is our equation 2? It is a 2x plus 3y giving us an 8. So we are saying where there is an x, we replace with a y. So we shall have 2 into, this is 12 minus y. We're adding to 3y and we're getting a total of 8. So guys, we said this one should not confuse you. Just get equation 1, write it in one unknown, then replace it in the equation 2. I mean, you just substitute, you just replace. That's an English word. Very quite easy. So next, we move on. We now have, this will give us, you multiply everything that is, you open the brackets by multiplying what is outside the brackets with what is inside. So in this case, we said you get here, can make a clever guess. What do you get? Correct. You get 24. You subtract 2 multiplied by a negative y, you get 2y, but it's negative. Then we are adding to 3y, we're getting a total of 8. Next, what do? We have to collect the like terms together. We collect the like terms. We have 24 moving to the other side. Then we have a negative 2y and 3y. So in this case, we can have 3y. This is negative minus 2y. We're saying is giving us 8, but this one is taken to the other side. Taken to the other side. So we subtract 24. Now next, let's move on. So if we have a 3y minus 2y, say we just repeat is equal to 8 less 24. So here we get a y to give us, this is a negative. Negative number is bigger than the positive. So we said normally we cannot subtract a bigger number from a smaller number. So what we do, because that is the case, we normally subtract a smaller one from a bigger one. So we shall do it, but remember at the back of our minds, the number must be a negative. So we shall have just 24 less 8, you get 16, but it is negative. So our y is negative 16. Then let's move on and look at now x. Value of x now. Value of x. Now given that we have y. So using this, the value that we have gotten as a part of solution to y, we can now get the value of x from any of the equation. Let's say maybe equation 1, where we have x plus y to give us 12, but we know our y is negative 16. So in this case, we shall have x plus minus 16, that will be negative 16, because our y is negative 16. So this gives us 12. Next, x can remain here so that this one is taken to the other side. So we shall have our x is given by 12 plus 16. It's now positive because we subtracted. Both sides of the equation must balance it. Therefore, because the two subtracted here, we also subtract on the other end. So we shall have our x giving us 28. Beautiful. So if you substitute these values back into the equation, it's supposed to agree. For example, we have this is our x, 28, and this is negative 16. So 28 less 16, you get 12. So beautiful. These ones are now the values of x and y using what we call substitution. So next, you can go ahead and maybe try to work out this. Try to work out this on your own and get the correct answer. Remember to get the correct answer by following the steps. By following the steps that are there. Those steps must be followed. If you follow them, you will definitely get the correct answer. So what we have here, we have, let's say, can do it here. We have 2x plus y is equals to 3, and then x plus, let's say, 3y is equals to 4. Yeah, you can work out that and try to see if you are able to get the correct answer. Thank you. Keep on subscribing, keep on dropping your comments, and also keep on inviting friends to be part of this journey. We said little steps daily brings a big results. Brings big results. Thank you.